Hello everyone, welcome to JCE Connect series of lectures. In previous lecture, we have discussed about Bernoulli's equation and its applications. We have discussed. So, in today's session, we are going to solve some numerical problems on Bernoulli's equation, that is without losses. Means we are considering here the fluid as a ideal fluid. Okay. So let us take the first numerical problem, that is the water is flowing through a pipe having a diameter 20 centimeter and 10 centimeter at section 1 and 2 respectively. The rate of flow through the pipe is 35 liters per second. The section 1 is 6 meter above the datum and section 2 is 4 meter above the datum. If the pressure at section 1 is 39.24 Newton per centimeter square, find the intensity of pressure at section 2. So this is the statement of the problem given. First we need to write the given datas. The datas given here are at section 1. If you take the figure here, so let us consider this as a section 1. So this is section 1 and this is a section 2. Okay. So here at section 1, the diameter of the pipe is given, that is 20 centimeter. So let us calculate the area here, that is pi by 4 d square. Then the pressure given here is 39.24 Newton per centimeter square. It is given in the problem. So from Newton per centimeter square to Newton per meter square, the conversion is been done here. Then the height of the section 1 from the reference, that is from the datum line, is 6 meter above, and at section 2 the diameter is 10 centimeter and this section 2 is at a height of 4 meter above the datum. Then also calculate the area at section 2 here. So once we taken the given datas and drawn the figure here, so what is to be calculated here is the intensity of pressure at section 2. We need to calculate what is the intensity of pressure at section 2. This is P2. We need to calculate. Okay. So to calculate intensity of pressure at section 2, we are having with us continuity equation as well as Bernoulli's principle. So let us calculate first the rate of flow. The rate of flow is given here, that is Q is 35 liter per second, converted into meter cube per second. Then from the continuity equation Q, that is Q equal to A1 V1 equal to A2 V2, that is quantity of water flowing from section 1 to 2 is remains constant, that is A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. From the continuity equation calculate V1. So we have got 1.114 meter per second. Similarly calculate V2, that is Q by A2. So we have got 4.456 meter per second. So we know V1 and we know the area also. So let us calculate the pressure at section 2. So applying Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. To apply the Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. So at section 1, this is the equation we get, that is the total energy at section 1. P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. Okay, this one. Then substituting all the datas, that is P1 is given, then V1 we have calculated, Z1 is given in the problem, and rho is the density of water, g is the acceleration due to gravity. Substitute here, and on the RHS side again P2 is unknown, so this is unknown. Then V2 calculated, substitute here, and Z2 already given in a problem. Then after simplification, So we get finally the answer as 40.27 Newton per centimeter square. Okay, this is P2. At section 2, the pressure is 40.27 Newton per centimeter square. So you have to keep the pressure in terms of Newton per centimeter square, because at section 1, the pressure is given also in Newton per centimeter square. So this is the answer. Let us take one more problem. That is, the water is flowing through a pipe having a diameter 300 millimeter and 200 millimeter at the bottom and upper end respectively. The intensity of pressure at the bottom end is 24.525 Newton per centimeter square, and the pressure at the upper end is 9.81 Newton per centimeter square. Determine the difference in datum head if the rate of flow through the pipe is 40 LPS, that is 40 liters per second. So in this problem, they asked you to calculate what is the difference in the potential head or the datum head. So let us write the given data first. The data given here are at section 1. At section 1, that is at this section, the diameter is given, the pressure is given. So first you write the given data, that is diameter and pressure is given, and also let us take the height of this point as Z1. Similarly, height of the section 2 as Z2 from the datum line. And also write at section 2 the diameter is 200 and pressure is 9.81 Newton per centimeter square. So both the sides the pressures are given, the diameters are also given. Here they asked you to calculate what is the difference in the datum head. So this height and this height difference they asked you to calculate. So rate of flow is also given. So convert from LPS to meter cube per second. So this is the conversion. You're done. And now applying continuity equation at section 1 and 2. So from the continuity equation we get the V1 and V2. Calculate V1 and V2 from the continuity equation. So we have got here as a V1 as a 0.5658 meter per second. Similarly, V2 as 1.274 meter per second. So we know V1 and V2 also the pressures are given in the problem. So let us apply the Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. So let us apply Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. So when you apply Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2, that is energy at 1 is equal to energy at 2. So substituting all the values except Z1 and Z2, because these two are unknown. So when we substitute all the values and when we do simplification, so finally we get Z2 minus Z1. Since Z2 is at higher elevation than the Z1, so we have to write Z2 minus Z1. So finally we get as Z2 minus Z1 as 13.7 meter. So this is the difference in datum head, 13.7 meter. So the problems are so simple. So only thing is you have to understand the problem, the statement of the problem, then according to that write the given data, then draw the figure, then apply the Bernoulli's equation along with the continuity equation, then you will get the required result. So let us take one more problem. That is, the water is flowing through a taper pipe of length 100 meter having a diameter 600 millimeter at the upper end and 300 millimeter at the lower end. At the rate of 50 LPS, that is liters per second, the pipe has a slope of 1 in 30. Find the pressure at the lower end if the pressure at the higher end is 19.62 Newton per centimeter square. So this is the statement of problem given. So read the problem carefully, then write the given data. So these are the data given. The data given here are the length of the pipe is given, that is 100 meter. The diameter at the upper end is 600 millimeter. Then calculate the area at the upper end. Then the pressure at the upper end is also given. The pressure at the upper end, that is 19.62 Newton per centimeter square. Convert Newton per centimeter square to Newton per meter square. So this is the diagram. So according to the statement of the problem, you need to draw the figure. So this is the tapered pipe. The pipe is tapered one. Then let us mark section 1 and section 2. So considering the upper end section 1 and the lower end section 2, and mark the diameters at the upper end and the pressure at the upper end, that is given, and also mark D2, that is the diameter up at the lower end. The slope of this pipe is given, that is the slope is given as 1 in 30, means for every 30 meter length 1 is the drop, like this. For every 30 meter length 1 is the drop. So this is the length of the pipe. Okay. So here for every 30 meter length 1 is the drop. So for 100 meter, so here the diameter at the lower end is given and area you calculate, then the rate of flow is given 50 lps, 50 by 1000, you'll get this one in meter cube per second. Then let the datum line passes through the center at the lower end. So the datum line is passing through the center of the lower end. So it is passing here, and along with this horizontal line the pipe is inclined. Okay, so this is 1 in 30. So the slope here is, let us take here, the slope given here is 1 in 30, means Z1 will be 1 by 30 into 100, means for every 30 meter length 1 is the drop, like this. For every 30 meter 1 is the drop, like this. Okay, or else you can take for every 30 meter 1 is the height, like this pipe. Okay, so this will be 0 horizontal line and it will be making certain angle. So that is 1 in 30, we can write here 1 in 30. For every 30 meter 1 is the length. So for 100 meter, so 1 by 30 into 100, this is 10 by 3 meter. So that Z1 will be, this one will be 10 by Z1, this is Z1, 10 by 3 meter. Okay. Here also we know that the continuity equation, this is the continuity equation. From the continuity equation let us calculate V1 and V2. So V1 as well as V2. Then applying Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. Apply Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2, that is total energy at section 1 is equal to total energy at section 2, that is pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. Then substituting all the datas here. So here the P2 is unknown, keep as it is. Then simplifying the equation, finally we get the P2 as 22.857 Newton per centimeter square. Okay, so this is the answer. This is the answer. Next, the Bernoulli's equation for real fluid. Okay, so here the Bernoulli's equation for real fluid. So previous numerical problems we have solved for ideal fluids. The ideal fluid is one which doesn't have any viscosity. For that the energy at section 1 as well as at section 2 it will be same. Means if you take the here or wherever section 1, 2, 3, if the fluid is flowing, if the energy at section 1, E1, E2 or E3, whatever you take, so whatever energy the fluid possessing at section 1 will be the same at 2 and same at 3. So there is no loss at all here. So that is called Bernoulli's equation for ideal fluids or without losses. So in this particular case we are taking for real fluids. A real fluid is one which possesses viscosity. Okay, so the Bernoulli's equation was derived on the assumption that the fluid is inviscid or non-viscous, means ideal fluid, and therefore frictionless. So there is no loss at all here. But all the real fluids are viscous fluids and hence offer resistance to flow. All the real fluids are viscous and hence offer resistance to flow. Thus, there are always some losses in fluid flows, and hence in the application of Bernoulli's equation, These losses have to be taken into consideration. Thus, the Bernoulli's equation for real fluids between the points 1 and 2 is given as like this. It can be given if you want to apply Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2 for a real fluid. If you are considering section 1 and 2 like this, say section 1, section 2, the energy at section 1 is not equal to energy at section 2 since the losses are been occurring here. Because of the losses, the fluid will not be having same energy. Okay, so hence we need to take into account that loss. Okay, so energy at section 1 will be what? P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2 here, plus a loss. Okay, where HL is the loss of energy between points 1 and 2. This is between point 1 and 2. So this is very important for the real fluids. You have to take into account the loss factor here, that is frictional loss. Because of the friction, there will be energy loss that is to be taken into consideration. But whereas in ideal fluids, we are not taken into consideration this loss, because there was no viscosity. For a non-viscous fluid, there is no energy loss. So let us take the first problem for the real fluid. A pipe of diameter 400 mm carries a water at a velocity of 25 meter per second. The pressure at the points A and B are given as 29.43 Newton per centimeter square and 22.563 Newton per centimeter square respectively. While the datum head at A and B are 28 meter and 30 meter, find the loss of head between A and B. Okay, so this is the statement of problem given. So let us write the given data. The diameter of the pipe is given at end A and B. So let us consider this end as a A and this end as a B, and write all the given data at end A and B. That is, diameters are given, just write it down, and also pressures at both the ends are given, write it down all. Then the total energy at A. So you have to calculate total energy at A. The total energy consists of pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. So this here the pressure energy is given, velocity is, kinetic head is given, also the Z is given. So all three energies are given, just add it. So that becomes the energy at A. So energy at A will be the 89.85 meter, that is called total head or the total energy at A. Similarly at point B, that is energy at B, just again you take pressure energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy, then again you add it, so we get the energy at 2. So then the loss that is HL we get. So here the energy at A is not equal to energy at B, because we are applying Bernoulli's equation for the real fluids. So we get, that is, energy at A and energy at B we have to compare. So at A the energy is more compared to B, hence we get EA minus EB, that is energy at A minus energy at B, that is EA minus EB. Then finally we get 5 meter is the loss of energy, or 5 meter is the loss of head. So this is how we need to calculate the energy loss by using the Bernoulli's equation. Okay, so Bernoulli's equation. This is the answer we get here for a real fluids. So that is energy at A minus energy at B. We get the difference in energy will be the 5 meter, that is HL will be EA minus AB. EA minus AB as 5 meter. This is the energy loss. So let us take one more numerical problem. That is, a conical tube of length 2 meter is fixed vertically with its smaller end upwards. The velocity of flow at the smaller end is 5 meter per second, while at the lower end is 2 meter per second. The pressure head at the smaller end is 2.5 meter of liquid. The loss of head in the tube is 0.35 into bracket V1 minus V2 whole square divided by 2g. This is the loss given, kinetic loss. So where V1 is the velocity at the smaller end and V2 is the lower, where V1 is the velocity at the smaller end and V2 at the lower end respectively. Determine the pressure head at the lower end, and flow takes place in the downward direction. So this is the statement of the problem. So read the problem carefully and understand each and every word of the problem. Okay, then according to that you write the given data. So draw the figure like this. This is the conical tube of length 2 meter. So conical tube of length 2 meter. This is the length. So the length is given 2 meter here. So this length is given as a 2 meter, and this is the upper end. This is the upper end. So this is the upper end. So let us take this as a section 1 and the lower end as a section 2, and here given the flow takes place in the downward direction. So the flow is in the downward direction. This is the direction of flow. Okay, and V1 is given, that is at section 1 the V1 is given 5 meter per second here. Then the pressure head is given here, that is 2.5 meter of liquid. The pressure head to be written, that is P1 by rho is given, and velocity at section 2 is 2 meter per second. So velocity here is given 2 meter per second, and also the loss of head given in this way, that is 0.35 into bracket V1 minus V2 whole square by 2g. Okay, so these are the data given. Then so substituting the values of V1 and V2 here, so calculate the head loss because the velocities are given, so just substitute here. So after substituting we get the head loss as 0.16 meter. So the question here is what is the pressure head at section 2. So here they ask you to calculate what is the pressure head at section 2, that is P2 by rho g. Okay, here applying Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2, just to apply the Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. So this is the energy at section 1 and this is the energy at section 2, but since we are applying this equation for a real fluids, the real fluids are those fluids which possess the viscosity, and those fluids possess viscosity, there will be a loss. So that loss also you have to take into account, hence we are written here as a HL. So energy at section 1, this is energy at section 2. Okay, so after that after applying Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2 we get, so this one, then let the datum line passes through the section 2. So we are considering the datum head at exactly at the section 2, hence Z2 will be 0 and Z1 will be at a height of 2 meter, means the conical tube will be like this. It will be like this. The water is flowing downward direction like this, and this is a section 2. Sorry, this is a section 2 and this is a section 1. So considering this as a datum head, this is the datum head passing through the section 2, and with respect to the datum head 2, the height of that section 1 is 2 meter. Hence we can take the height of section 1 is 2 meter height from the section 2. Hence Z2 is 0, Z1 is 2 meter. Substituting all the datas in this equation, so after substituting and just to simplify the equation, So after simplification, we get P2 by rho g. So finally we get the pressure head at section 2 as 5.407 meter of fluid. Just go on simplifying this equation. So finally we get in terms of pressure head, since at section 1 the pressure is given in terms of head only, hence you have to keep the pressure at section 2 also in terms of head. So this is the answer we got. So generally this type of problems will be asked in the exam. So this type of problems will be generally they will be asking 10 to 12 marks. 10 to 12 marks. Let us take one more problem. A pipeline carrying a oil of specific gravity 0.87, changes in diameter from 200 millimeter diameter at the position A to 500 millimeter diameter at position B, which is 4 meters at higher level, if the pressure at A and B are 9.81 Newton per centimeter square and 5.886 Newton per centimeter square respectively, and the discharge is 200 lps, determine the loss of head and direction of flow. Here they are asking you to calculate what is the loss of head and direction of flow. So let us write first the given data. You read the statement of the problem carefully. Then write the given data. The discharge is given, that is 200 lps. Convert from lps to meter cube per second, that is 0.2 meter cube per second. Then the specific gravity of oil is 0.87. Then the density for oil is given, that is specific gravity is given. So density will be multiplied by 1000, you will get the 870 kg per meter cube. And at section, so this is the diagram. So just to draw the figure, so this is the tapering tube. Okay, this is a pipeline, but it is a non-uniform pipe, that is varying pipe. The diameter at section A and B are given, write it down here. Pressure is also given, write it down here. Okay, so at section A the diameter is 200 millimeter. Then calculate the area at section A. Similarly calculate pressure, that is given in Newton per centimeter square. Convert it from Newton per centimeter square to Newton per meter square. Then if the datum line is passing through A, if you are assuming if it is passing through A, then ZA will be 0, hence the potential head will be 0 here. Then calculate velocity here, that is Q by A from the continuity equation, velocity. And at section B the dB is 500 millimeter. Then the area of at section B we have to calculate 0.1963 meters square. Okay. Then the ZB will be, this potential head at B will be 4 meter. Then the velocity, calculate velocity Q by A, so you will get this much. Then the total energy at A will be, that is we know the total energy consists of pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. So calculate this one. Okay, so this is the energy we get in terms of total head. Similarly calculate total energy at B, so that is EB, PB, that is pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. Okay, then substituting all the data here, we get the energy at B will be 10.948 meter. So here they are asked to calculate what is the direction of flow. So it's generally we need to identify first which side energy is more, whether at A or B, because the pipeline is like this. So suppose this is a section A and this is a section B. So first we need to calculate the energies at section A and B. So always the fluid will be flowing from higher energy level to lower energy level. Since in this case energy at A is more than the energy at B, hence the flow is taking place from A to B. So the flow will be from A to B. If suppose the energy at B is more than energy at A, then the flow will be taking from B to A. So in this case energy is more at A, hence the flow will be taking from A to B. Then also you have to calculate the loss of head, that is energy, higher energy minus lower energy gives you the loss of head, that is 2.609 beta. So these type of problems are for real fluids where we have applied Bernoulli's equation to get the required results. Thank you. So similar kind of problems you can practice and try to understand the Bernoulli's equation.